I don't know if we're going to get any sand out of that. It's iffy. Depends. Ooh, what's this down here? Come here. What do we got here? This is... it's too far south. That's getting us back into scorching. Yeah, this could work. Let's see what the prospect has to say about this general area. Prospect all. I could just went ahead this. Yeah, this should catch up to you guys here. We're going to take a look at just the prospect all, and what this does is it kind of samples the map and the type and gives us an estimate of what we could plan to find here. Tetrahite, silver, galena, gold. We're okay. Orthoclast, whatever. Don't care. Sand. So it is warm enough for sand. Limestone, slate, marble. Well, we really don't care because we have no iron. So we do have copper and silver. Some platinum. No iron though. I'm just going to leave us pretty weak sauce metals. Let's create a note here. Note. Add note. Call this site beta. We might come back to that one here. Let's see if we can find something that's got some iron, possibly. This is a freshwater swamp. That's alligators. Probably just do is just as bad. This is a tropical dry. Let's take a look. Prospect all. Do we have any chance of iron? Doesn't look like it. We can try to trade for iron, but it's tough to get in quantities enough for an army. That's my concern. What about over here? There's another tropical broadline. Let's take a look. What do you say about this site? Yeah. Silver, gold, no iron. We'd have to go to a mountain range. Alright, maybe we're biting off too much. Let's go back to medium savagery. See if we can find some sites that way. The Embark that I just did is the standard 4x4. So I just leave that as the default size. So I have actually tried embarking on a full-sized one, and it is, even with 4 cores, hyper-threading, it was unplayable. It took too long for just to process each turn and each move, and it was just you can do 5x5 and still function, and I've done as small as 2x2, which is really fast, but also kind of boring. You're really kind of restricted by your amount of space. So, but again, it depends on the type of challenge you're shooting for. So. I really enjoy having sand on an Embark because you can start making serrated glass real quick. Once you get some hunters and stuff and you got enough leather going for the bags, then you can just crank out, serrated green glass blades and things like that, which are great for weapon traps. You'll slice and dice everything. There is a downside to that, though. When you slice and dice everything, it's a lot of hauling jobs. You can end up obliterating a goblin into like 30 pieces, which is, again, 30 hauling jobs. If you crush somebody with like a giant iron ball or something like that, then, you crush their organs and it's just one body to carry. So there are downsides to that. Okay, we're moving along here. Almost got our site selection scan done. we'll probably head in, get our initial embark set up, get our initial stockpile. We'll probably end up cutting it there. That ought to round out our remaining 30 minutes here. And we'll see how that plays out. So we do know that though, if we're going to deal with Blendex in the future, we're going to have some kind of alternative stopgap, either sealing a fortress, which I hate doing. I absolutely detest sealing up a fortress like that, but if that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do, or we'll think of a flooding route. It depends on how the river looks. So do re mi. There we go. A few more seconds on our scan. That's finishing up. Pour myself some more coffee. Alrighty, escape. Let's see here. Gotta find my cursor. There it is. Okay, evil, creepy ocean of blood. Not really too worried about that. Temperate. We want to go a little bit warmer here. So we want the chance for some sand. Hot. Savannas we can get giant lions out of. I would like to train up some lions. But that also means we need untamed wilds on part of it. And shrubland, shrubland. We got up here. Saltwater, no. That's gonna do something. Ooh, that's our old fortress. That's where we settled. That's the one that we lost. Which means the Blendex are right down here. This is where the Blendex were. And we said up here it seemed pretty quiet. So we can try sailing across the little sea here. Freshwater marsh, temperature. We want to go further south. We want some sand. That was another possible site that we were looking at, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, why don't we use this other site that we had scouted out at some point? What do we got here? Let's check the prospect list. And let's see here. No sand, it looks like. Galena gold, stuff like that. Let's go further south. Well, this has some sand. It's got some loam, peat, chalk, dorite. We got what? Just one biome though, huh? What about we moving down here? Still one, still one. Let's try over here by the ocean. Jungles and shrubland. That gives us two types. Let's move you up and over here. Okay, gives us two biomes. I think we're still at a creek point or brook, so we got that nice surface. Sure. Now, who do we want to work for? We were the oily gravel last time. Let's continue that. And say this looks good. Got plenty of forest, plenty of wood to work with. And the brook is called the Ignorant Lobster. You can't go wrong with a name like that. Let's go. Sure. Embark. Enter. We'll pick, again, the 2012 setup. And typical problem, which is the cave lobster glitch. New. Lobster. Add the lobster back in. There we are. Fortress name. Let's go clear, 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 clear. Let's go the Abbey of ooh, I don't know, periwinkles, oranges, no, cinnamon. The Abbey of Chocolate? Nah. Ah, there we go. That sounds about right. Let's get rid of our first part, though, as we're lurking around here somewhere. Coulet Vashzud, the Abbey of Disembowelment. Work for you guys? Yeah, Abbey of Disembowelment. Hey, if we lose this fortress, what better fitting title? I think that'll work. Coulet Vashzud. Alrighty, let's take a look at our dwarves here. View, he, she, he. Okay, not a total sausage fest. Embark! Let's do this.
Welcome to our new home. Let's make the best of it. Let's start digging.
Let's make Coulet a place to hang out. Alright, here we are. We're roughly in the middle of the map usually. Yes. We're going to need 2 entrances, but we need a hustle. So, DT, boom, unit, hunter, CPE, enter, we got that. Again, we need D, J, we'll come right here, boom, I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, dig. There's our main staircase. We'll go here. There we go. X. Keep our digging to a minimum. Dig 1, 2. There. Okay. We'll plan for our goblin detour to be somewhere. I'd say. Where's our most slack? They're gonna have to walk past ponds and rivers. We'll assume here, so we'll go down. Dig. H. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, so that would dump me here. And we can go like so. We'll go like this. H3. 1, 2, 3. This way, dig 1, 2, 3. Let's go here. That's 1. 2. Let's do just 2. I'll cut down on our digging just a hair. Room. Okay, 3. Oops, 4. And skip 3. 4. And that will bring us into here. And we'll get our barracks and stuff set up there. Now, we're going to need a second one, though, somewhere for the Blendeck route. I'd say the safest solution is we put them roughly, well, I'd like some extra maneuvering room. Let's try over here. This gives me an idea. The river is here. We're going to need the water to flood. So we'll go set it like this. We're going to need 1, 2, 3 space. And then here's, let's assume, our Blendeck tunnel. So if that's the Blendeck tunnel, and we're going to assume they're going to come up here, we'll send them down right here. Come into the tunnel, we'll have some flood points here. Then, let's make it a little bit longer here. Now, do we want to flood? Do we want to flush them? Do we want to try to flush them down a pit versus just drown them? It's a tough call. And while I'm thinking ahead, I will do this to remind myself and us for our Titan pit, which will need a little bit of space. Remember those indestructible, invincible guys that we have to worry about? This will be that room. Ultimately, what we'll have is like this. And we'll have like a bridge there. And then we'll have like then we'd have something like a piece of furniture or a dog right there. And then ideally, what we'd want to happen, actually we can actually make this even a little bit bigger here. This is just a reminder, there's a little bit different techniques to it later. We'll get to it if we live that long. What we actually do is hollow this entire pit out, and this would be like a wood floor with a support. And then once we would see the Titan get to this point, then we would be able to collapse this. And then he'd fall into the pit, and then we could do the floor that way. But when he falls down the pit, let's say it goes down 6, we would want another dig point over here into a room like this. And we'd have another drawbridge right in here. So the idea is once he fell down to the pit, he would then path to kill whatever's over here. Once he's over here, we close this. We can redo the floor up here, because otherwise people would be scared of the Titan or whatever. And then we can have like a pit room in here to drop guys back down here, and then we can open the drawbridge back up, and now we have a sacrificial pit. So, circular elements and rollers and automated critter stopper. Yeah, minecart circling and kicking them down. It's a possibility. I wonder. Because what we could do up here is we could set up a minecart line and just launch a bunch. But there's a chance that they can still dodge past the minecart. Drowning them will be the easiest thing. And then we'll also need a drain. So that would be like dig here, and then we'd have like a J staircase, and then we'd go all the way the hell down here somewhere, I'm assuming. At some point, and then like up staircase here, and then we would drain out to the caves or something somewhere. So that's another possibility that we could do. But we probably shouldn't get too far ahead of ourselves. So we'll get our standard. There's our meeting room. There's our barracks. There's that. Dig, dig, dig. Now what we can also do, and we'll do this so you guys can see it. Reveal. What you can also do when you're starting out is you can use the reveal command. And what it just does is it shows you the underground. And as you go down, you'll find, let's say, like where your caves start. And if you want to breach your caves really early, what you can do is, you know, find your main staircase, like we have here. And we can say, okay, do we have any? No. We can go down one more. Let's say we go I. We can go up, 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 up. And we can kind of keep going down until we find our caves. Easiest thing to do is just this. Oops. And we just keep going, go down as far as you want. All the way down, depending on where you're at, to like where the lava is. And you can say like, okay, we'll go here. Oops. Oh, nice. These black squares, that's where either adamantine is or other stuff that leads to like the circus and whatnot. It kind of blocks it out so it's less cheaty. That's not a bad idea. And then you could also build like your pump stack. So you could come here and you could tap into this and build a pump stack going all the way back up if you wanted as well. It just depends on how difficult you want it and what you're aiming for challenge. By and large, the quicker you tap into the caves, the better. And if you have this layout at least, you can pick what layer you want your fortress to be on, like your main base, so we can zoom way out and see, you know, where you have rock and where you don't, and stuff like that. So we can find a layer. The easiest thing to do is just mark them. So like right here, perfect layer. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, 5 or so layers of just rock. So you can kind of like do like a dig command, just put a big X. And that way you know what layer it is. If you want to, again, breach your caves quick, you can just kind of come along, find, you know, where you're digging. There we are. Dig eye. Yeah, let's get zoomed back in here so I can see what I'm doing. And you can come up here, and we can keep going down. And there's like your first cave. Boom. And you can do your up. And then what you do is just do quick boom and boom. And that will give you your cave breach. So stuff will start growing and things of that nature. Single pick challenge with Furnace Clan. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. That's another easy solution that you can do to get yourself started out and be able to plan things. Like again, we wanted a drain. We wanted a way to drain this, so we would find like a pool of water down here somewhere. Let's say like right here. So we know right there is a giant pool of water. We can come straight up. And we can say dig. And then we can go I. We can come back up here and plan your drain a little bit more without tearing up your whole game map. So we know we can put a drain there, for instance. We can move our tunnel over one. Things like that. Dig. 2, 3. And then we know we can have our drain at that point. And we would probably put like a staircase or something, or actually let's move that one more over. Dig. And there. So you'd have like a fortification here and a floodgate. So you can prevent it from draining until they're all drowned and dead. And then you could put your water source over here, let's say. So we come here and you'd have a floodgate, fortification, something like that. Whatever works. You don't need a terribly large amount of water. Well, let's pull this out just a bit more there. And then we'll tap off somewhere over here or something. I don't know, we'll figure it out. So, but that's what you can do. You can go all the way down for like your lava or whatever you want to do. We'll just go to one cave because we're not going to need the magma forges anyways because we don't have a lot of iron on this map. In fact, let's double check. Prospect all. Alright, so what do we have to work with here? We have clay, clay, clay. Ah, man, no sand. Right out loud. I might actually, when we're done with this, I might go find a different site that actually's got some freaking sand for us. Because that's just no fun. Yeah, this is broke. We got silver and lead and malachite and adamantine and gold, and that's about it. So I might find us a site that's got some sand in the off time. So, but let's head back up here and see what we've got for. Let's unreveal this because we just don't need that. Unreveal. There. And then we're back to where we're supposed to be. Let's see here. Let's take a look and see what we've got for any wildlife. Boom. And there. You guys can start your dig. I don't need to go that far. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's go rate dx. We do not need to go another square inch more than we need to. I'll kill this just in case. There. Go. Alrighty, and build seed wall. We're gonna need seed wall. Box hollow. If this is our right about here, I'm figuring we can catch that little lake there too. That's gonna be, what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30, 60, and let's say about 120 wood total. So, did a series on YouTube about a search for DF 100 kids single pick challenge with furnace clans. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that here. It'd be interesting to see. I'd like to get a site with some sand to work with because it's more fun to be able to build windows and things of that nature because you can make ambush alarms. You can take like a dog, build a tower and completely encircle it in windows on the second floor, and then the pets will reveal the ambushes out in the wide open. So, and they're doing their dig. Oops. Meeting area. Build workshop carpenter. Put you right outside the stairs as usual. thing. And we need build beds, planning mode. Tables, planning mode. I'll put 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Chairs, planning mode. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Noble. Bookkeeper. Not one of my. We'll put it on the planter. Sure. Settings, highest precision. Blah. Okay, back out to this. Dig. We'll need just a little bit of space here. And that'll be our farms as usual. So we're back to square one, and what I'll probably do is I'll find a site that's got some sand. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more interesting. And then what I'll probably do is I'll plow through probably the first, depending on what the schedule is this weekend, I'll probably plow through the first hour of gameplay. Just because it's not going to vary very much from the very first video, because it's pretty stock and standard to set up the farm, set up the rooms, kind of what we've just recapped here. I'll sleep on it and figure it out and see how that sits on me, because I think I'm going to have my friend Brad. He's wanted to learn how to play Dwarf Fortress. I might have him just sit and watch me for that first hour. So I'll debate it. And worst case scenario, we might do a different world gen too. So it just depends. Depends on if you guys are interested in seeing another world gen or something to that extent. Let's see here. Let's do do something a little bit more aesthetically different. There. And then there. Just for decorative purposes. So is that auto or the have you ever tried the teleport cheats? Yeah, I've used them. It really is. It's great when your fortress is like 500 plus dwarves, just because otherwise it's to the point where it's so laggy it's unplayable. The auto labor I've used, and then of course the DF hack script, which I wrote a while back off of the automation tools. It's still in the forums somewhere. I don't remember the link off the top of my head, but what I tend to do when I do like the auto repeat stuff is I'll end up creating these little rooms that are like this. Kind of like that setup. And I'll put a stockpile back here, and then I'll put whatever crafting deal is here, and then I'll have just the repeat orders on their own special workshops. And that way you can kind of set them up. So whenever a stock falls below something, that'll fire off. In fact, while I'm here, and it's script. Can't remember what it's called here. Let's see here. The auto labor script. I wonder where I put that. Hold on here. Yeah, the workload script. Here it is. changes because I haven't made any changes to it, but it is still on the forums here. And I put it under DF modding, and it's just titled Idgrad's DF hack workload script. It should, for the most part, still work. I don't think anything's really changed. The nice thing about it that I liked is that it kept my steel stockpiles up and running. So, yep, workflow. Yeah, it is a workflow script that I used. And I'll dig out for the next fortress also my my quick fort that I use. I do have a quick fort that I do drop down periodically for design and stuff like that. So, but I'm going to wrap it up here just a few minutes early. I got to get some dinner cooked up here, and I got to get ready for the late shift recordings for the league stuff. And again, if you guys have any questions, again, just post them on the YouTube channel or message, however that goes about. And again, thanks for stopping by, and we'll have fun with the next fortress. We'll hopefully I'll see if I can find a spot that's got some glass for us, but we'll see. So have a great evening. Again, thanks for stopping by, and enjoy.